joined by Senator Warnock. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Chairman Casey. I'm glad to be here to address the issues facing the caregiving economy in our country. Home and community-based services, HCBS, helps older Americans and people with disabilities live independently and to live lives with dignity. This has been especially important during the pandemic, or at least the pandemic has pulled these issues into sharper focus. When older and vulnerable folks were able to stay at home with their caregivers instead of being crowded, for example, in a nursing home, and nursing homes are an important part, obviously, of the ecosystem of care. But in the pandemic, home community-based services allow people to be at home and therefore to mitigate risks around COVID-19. There are tens of thousands of Americans who likely qualify for this service, but are not able to get it because the program doesn't have enough money. For example, in Georgia, we have about 8,000 older folks and people with disabilities waiting to receive this at-home care. For me, that is unacceptable. Ms. Tumlinson, I want to ask you about waiting or planning lists for HCBS. As you know, nearly every state offers at least one kind of HCBS waiver that allows folks to get care at home rather than in a nursing home. How can Congress get those 8,000 Georgians, folks I represent, off the waiting list and into care and services?
Thank you. Thank you for that question. These waiting lists represent real need and desperation among many families. Those numbers are really concerning. And the truth is, unfortunately, the even worse news is that if there are lots more people in need than are on even the waiting list. So depending on the state, we may or may not really be measuring the true fact of unmet need in that state. So what states tell me is that the most important thing from their perspective in building up their systems and services so that they can serve everybody who has need and qualifies for services is having financial predictability, and having the sort of the certainty about the funding. And so I think from my perspective, the best thing that Congress can do to help Georgia and other states with meeting that unmet need that's represented in part by these waiting lists is to increase the federal match rate, to give them, essentially the money that they need. They are for not just for funding the services, but also for doing the planning and the infrastructure development that they need to do to make sure that the delivery system is there to actually serve people when they come off the waiting list. So we have to have, that kind of ready to go. So those two things are important, and states really need it. It's very, very hard for them to prioritize this from a staffing perspective or even from a budgetary perspective if they don't have that support from the federal government.
No, thank you so much, and I agree, and it's the reason why I'm so focused on this issue and engaged trying to co-sponsor the Better Jobs, Better Care Act, other pieces of legislation that would be helpful. Medicaid is the primary source of coverage for long-term services and supports in the United States, accounting for 52% of all spending on long-term care nationwide, and the majority of this spending goes towards the home community-based services program, which typically involves assistance with activities of daily living like cooking, bathing, housework, essential things. And this is obviously limited to folks eligible for Medicaid, meaning there are many in Georgia who are not able to receive this support because Georgia continues to refuse to expand Medicaid, leaving hundreds of thousands of Georgians unable to receive these benefits. Mr. Kingsmore, you are currently a recipient of Medicaid HCBS. What would happen if you lived in Georgia and were not eligible for these services?
I would be in a home. I would be trapped in a system that didn't care people get shoved in a corner and are unable to live the way they want or how they want. I'm glad that I live in Pennsylvania, but we're supposed to be the greatest country on the face of the earth. This something needs to be done, especially to the older generation, because we're important too. We're not supposed to be stuck in a home or trapped in a system that don't care about us. We are supposed to be the greatest country in the world, being prepared for something like this. And this has been going on for far too long, and it needs to change.
Thank you so very much. And what you describe as what would be your situation if you lived in Georgia is the situation of a number of Georgians. So thank you for your voice and courage on this. And it's the reason why we've got to continue to try to find a fix. 10 years after the Affordable Care Act was passed, Congress has to close the loop and make sure that people have access to Medicaid, especially including folks who could benefit from home-based care. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator Warnock. We appreciate you being here, and thanks for your advocacy. We'll try